Hi guys, today I am here to talk about my ideal minimalist makeup collection. We're going to get into all of the numbers of what I currently have and what I would like to have. So before we get started, let me just tell you a little bit about how I came up with these numbers. I was thinking back to when I was in college and I wore a lot less makeup and thinking about how much in each category I had and whether I was bored or not, and that helped me kind of think about what might be a little bit more realistic numbers. So these are all goal numbers, and what I would love to do is to get to these goal numbers and just kind of live with that for a little bit and see how I like it and see if any of them need to be adjusted. So that's what I'm currently working on, getting my collection down to these numbers. So let's go ahead and get started. So I've got my iPad here, and on my iPad I just have a little Excel spreadsheet that I use to just do a really basic tracking of all the different categories of makeup. So I'm going to walk you guys through this. So first off, we're going to start with eyeshadow. Eyeshadow is one of my most difficult categories. I love eyeshadow, and I love it, and I have a lot. So currently, I have 74 pans of eyeshadow, which is not insanely crazy, but it's definitely more than I need. My current goal for eyeshadows is to have 30 pans. That's still not a super small collection of eyeshadows. I've definitely lived with a lot fewer eyeshadow pans than 30 before and was totally fine, but I thought 30 would be a really realistic starting goal to get to. Alright, moving on to other eye categories. For eyeliner, my goal is to have no more than 3, a brown pencil, a black pencil, and then a black liner. Currently, that is what I have. I'm at 3, although I do have another liquid liner on order because my other liquid liner is getting kind of old. For mascara, my goal is to have 1 mascara at a time and then possibly a backup. So right now I do have 2 open mascara, and I have another one on order because the 2 that I have are going to need to go in the trash at the end of the month. They'll be expired. And then for eyeshadow primers, I would like to have just 1 eyeshadow primer going at a time. Currently I have 1 that is open, and I have 1 like a deluxe sample size that is in my backup. So doing pretty good on those categories. As far as blush goes, I currently have 3 blushes. 2 of them are in palettes and 1 of them is a single. My goal is to have 2. So I would really like to have kind of 1 more wintry color and 1 more summery color, both of them fairly neutral colors. And so I'm only up 1 on my blushes, which is really good. I did declutter quite a few old blushes this year, so I made a whole lot of headway on that. Highlighters, my goal is to have 1 highlighter or to just use eyeshadow as highlighter, and currently I do have 1 highlighter. It came in an eyeshadow palette, so I'm okay with that. I don't use a whole lot of highlighter. The one that I have is from 100% Pure, and that's great because all of their blushes and highlighters are eye safe because they're made out of all natural materials, so I can use it also as an eyeshadow. For bronzer and contour products, I have space to possibly have 1, but I really don't bronze or contour that much. I don't know, I've just never really gotten into it. I do have 1 eyeshadow that I have depotted just for when I'm in the mood for maybe a little bit of bronzing. For foundation and BB cream and CC cream and all those kind of products, my goal is to have 1 open at a time and just to work through that one. Currently I have 2. I have a BB cream, but I'm almost finished with, and that one is from 100% Pure. I didn't really like the finish on that one. It's a little bit too dewy, so I've already gone ahead and purchased a CC cream from Juice Beauty that's less shiny of a finish, so that's what I'm going to be replacing that with, but I am almost done with that CC cream. For powders, my goal is to have 1, and currently I have none because I just finished the one that I've been panning for my 2017 project pan, so I'm going to be in the market to be purchasing another powder. Lipsticks, my goal is to have 5 colors. I do like to have different colors, different ones I feel in the mood for summer or winter or fall and spring, and so 5 is a really good number for me. I feel like I can, if I have that small of a lipstick collection, I can actually naturally use them and pan them and then replace them before they go bad. Currently I do have 6, so I'm 1 over. I'm working on panning 2 of them right now, and I'm going to treat myself when I get done. I'm going to purchase a one lipstick when I finish the 2 of those. And then lip gloss, my goal is to have 1, and I currently have 1, which is awesome. I'm not a super big lip gloss person, but it is nice to just have 1 to play around with sometimes. So those are the numbers for my ideal minimalist makeup collection. I'm really excited that for a lot of categories I've either met or am super close to meeting my goal, and I even have a couple categories where I need to purchase some items. The big one for me to work on is eyeshadow. I love eyeshadow palettes because they're just really pretty. They speak to me. That's one of my favorite things to play with. So I'm going to be working definitely through the end of this year and also next year in 2018 to really work on just bringing down the number of eyeshadows that I have through panning and then decluttering, and then I will be well on my way to having my ideal minimalist makeup goals.